Okay, Mike. Oh, do you, Mike? You know how to win? Know how to win games? Know how to win championships?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He done did all that.
I didn't see that. He done told me something.
You ain't see it this year. You're only going to see it from one coach this year.
No, but what I'm saying is that, like, he said he know how to win games, I know win championships and all this. I didn't know they do all that in Dallas.
He did, not in Dallas.
Not in Dallas. He knows how to win, though.
James Jones, was it the right move? I have thoughts, but I'm more curious to hear yours. Super Bowl champ with Mike McCarthy. Breakdown, was this the right move by the Cowboys?
It absolutely was the right move, and I'm actually proud of Jerry Jones that you sat back, you took a deep breath, right? This wasn't no emotional decision or none of that. Like, we lost a playoff game, forget everything Mike has accomplished here. Take a deep breath. Look at what Coach Mike has done. And what Coach Mike has done, he has won the division 2 out of the last 3 years. He's won 12 games, 12 games, 12 games. That's 36 football games in 3 seasons. He has you in the playoffs in 3 seasons with a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Just like Coach Mike said, right? He knows how to win because he does. Whatever you want to say, he got a Super Bowl. And he got 36 wins in 3 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys. So he does know how to win, right? And just like he said in his interview, we have not gotten over that hump to winning playoff games, but we will get there. But I love this by Jerry Jones because when you look at what Mike has done, especially this season taking over, you're about to pay your quarterback. Your quarterback played at an all-pro level under Coach Mike McCarthy. So if you're going to pay your quarterback, you should keep your head coach and not pay your quarterback and bring in a whole different head coach. And who knows, Dak Prescott could take a step back. So I absolutely love what he did. He did not make this off emotion. He looked at what Coach Mike has done since he's been there, which has been really good, except being in the playoffs. But I think he has earned that opportunity to get in the playoffs and have another chance to take this Dallas Cowboys team to the Super Bowl.
Shady, can you say that a move is the right move if you know it's not going to work?
How you know it's not going to work, though?
We know the combination of Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott does not lead the Dallas Cowboys past the divisional round. We know that. Y'all know that. I'm not telling you anything new. You know that combination's not going to work. So if the objective is to not only get to a Super Bowl but win a Super Bowl, I can't classify it as the right move if I know it's not going to work. Now, I'm not saying it's the wrong one. I'm not saying that. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm torn on this. That's why I'm glad to have this conversation. But you at home know Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy are not winning a Super Bowl together. So why in the world can I sit here and confidently say, Joy Taylor, that it's the right move? We know it's not going to work. 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins. Lost to the Niners, lost to the Niners, lost to the Packers. It's not going to work. So you're telling me it's the right move, even though we know the results, and the results are not your ultimate desired result, because that's championship. So, James, it sounds like you're settling. That's what it sounds like to me. For settling for Mike McCarthy. That's where I'm at with it, Troy. That's where I'm at with it, James.
But what's crazy is it's a lot of coaches on this carousel right now that keep interviewing with all these jobs, right? Mike Vrabel, right? He at home.
Belichick.
He ain't been to a Super Bowl.
Oh, sorry. Championship game.
You know, obviously Bill Belichick can stay out of this because he done won 6 of them, but we seen what he done the last couple years.
That's true. You're not wrong.
You know what I mean? Like we seeing what these coaches are doing that's going on these interviews, and it ain't what Coach Mike is doing. So for me, when you say can never be done, I don't know if it can never be done, because if it can never be done, we shouldn't even be interviewing these other coaches because they ain't never did what Mike has done. So for me, I love it. Like I said, he's gotten everybody on your football team to play better. 12 wins, 36 wins in 3 seasons. It's not another coach you're going to get in there that's probably going to accomplish what Mike has accomplished in 3 years. You know why? Because ain't no Dallas Cowboys coach ever did it. So for me, it was the right move.
I love it also. I'm proud of Jerry as well. I'm not a big fan of cycling through coaches. You know, I grew up in Pittsburgh. Shady, you know Pittsburgh. Steelers, a very successful organization, have 6 Lombardis. They've had 3 coaches in the history of their entire organization.
Man, that's crazy.
Belichick, Brady, together 20 years, 6 championships in New England. So if you're talking about, like, the best of the best, and there's lots of other people who, like, want to get involved in the conversation, but, like, the best of the best, you see consistency at the coaching position. Now, granted, those are really great coaches, and they deserve to be there. But Mike McCarthy, as he said, knows how to win a Super Bowl because he's done it. I know we do this thing where it's like the championship thing is dusty, cool, like the Super Bowl, Lombardi's dusty. I get it. But he still won a Super Bowl.
He did.
And we say it all the time. It's really, 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 really hard to get to Super Bowls. And it's even harder to win Super Bowls. So I'm not just going to dismiss an experience like that. Once you have been to a Super Bowl, I respect that you know how to get to a Super Bowl. You know how hard that is. You know how many things have to break in your direction. Health, adjustments, all those things, because you've had that experience. You've been to and won a Super Bowl. You have that experience. So I have to respect that. When it comes to the Cowboys, and I hear what you're saying, I hear you, because at this point it's scientific. But what does Mike McCarthy have to do with Tony Romo?
Nothing.
What did he have to do with the Cowboys that existed before Tony Romo?
Nothing.
Okay, so the Cowboys have not been, the Cowboys, not Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys haven't been to an NFC Championship game in 28 years. Mike McCarthy ain't been there all them years. He didn't have nothing to do with the regime before that and before that and before that. What's the common denominator in Dallas? Because it ain't Mike McCarthy. And it ain't even Dak Prescott. So if we're really talking about why the Dallas Cowboys can't get over the hump, there's a lot of other factors in that situation.
Look, yeah.
I mean, I
pointed out.
I thought I had it. what's the last one? What was the last option?
I mean, Dak Prescott's been playing for 9 years. So that's not, it's 28 years. So, like, you know, he accounts for some of that. Some of that disappointment.
He got
Tony
my
Romo was there
my last name?
I don't know. All I'm saying is actual facts, things that we have experienced in real life and reality. And in reality, it wasn't just Dak Prescott. It wasn't just Mike McCarthy. What I'm saying is, I hear you, right? We can't get past the divisional round. But Mike McCarthy has something that the Dallas Cowboys haven't had in the last 30 years, which is a ring.
Yes.
So, and he has done something that no Dallas Cowboys coach has done. And they've had unbelievable coaches. And that's have 3 back-to-back 12-plus win seasons. So for them to panic, and on top of that, you made Dak Prescott an all-pro.
Hard to do.
Hard to do. Yeah. Replace a whiz kid offensive coordinator, stepped in, the offense was better.
I agree with that part.
Dak Prescott was more efficient. Yeah. The defense was playing at a high level. Okay, so you're disappointed in the postseason. Welcome to being a Dallas Cowboy.
I think it's the right move to have Mike McCarthy as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm being serious. Because I do like Mike. And one thing I was skeptical of was when he took over as the offense coordinator, I don't know how good he would be.
Yeah.
Kellerman was good to me, right?
Yeah.
And then the way he used Dak as far as in the beginning, slowly developing Dak, right? Running the ball, several offense, and then as the year went on, opened the playbook up, and it was even better. So I like McCarthy for that. And I think he is a good coach. I think he's smart. The defense, I'm not sure what they're going to do if Dan Quinn leaves.
Yep.
That's going to be a big question mark, too. But my thing is this, though, and you touched on it a little bit, Pauls. It's like, we got to do something different, though.
Correct.
Right? And I like the McCarthy move. Maybe somebody else in there that's not getting it done. That over every year they get to playoffs and he doesn't get it done.
Who is that?
Quarterback.
Of course.
You saying get rid of him?
They got to figure something out, right? My thing is this. This is the hottest he's ever been, right? Maybe see what's out there.
But that don't sound crazy to you,
It sounds crazy,
an
but
all-pro year getting gone?
But you know what's crazier?
Yeah, talk to him.
Is that doing the same thing and respecting different results.
And that's
because in the regular season he balls out. This year he really balled out. We got to that playoffs. He said, "I'll never throw 10,000 or 10 picks this year." He didn't, right? We get to that playoffs though. What did he do? What did he do?
2 picks.
Not only a pick, a pick 6. For real, now I'm being serious.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as we want to praise him for having an all-pro, well, a second-team all-pro, I've never had one of those, we got to talk about it. It might be time to move on a little bit.
So here's what I'm saying. I'm saying what Shady's saying. I'm just trying to say it in a way that's more practical. And the reason I say this is you can't move off of Dak Prescott this year, and Dak Prescott counts against the salary cap. McCarthy don't count against the salary cap. Shady and I both agree. The combination of Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott's not getting the Cowboys a Super Bowl. I genuinely believe Cowboys fans, you too agree with this. I don't think anything else.
Because they know. They really know.
I agree with that. Like, y'all know Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy's not getting y'all a Super Bowl. So if you know that combination's not going to get you the result, how can you confidently say you're happy with it? I'm not even saying you shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying, like, we're settling. Now, I agree with what Joy's saying is the common denominator. It's the star, it's Dallas, it's the Cowboys, and maybe it's Terry Jones.
There's truth to that.
But I bring in a coach to change the denominator. I bring in a coach to change the math. Like, the Bengals hadn't won nothing till you brought in Joe Burrow. The Rams were atrocious till you brought in McVay. The Niners were atrocious since you brought in Shanahan after Harbaugh had departed. I bring in a coach to change that
But
math.
do you think, okay, here's a question. Do you think that Mike McCarthy, with a different quarterback, could win a Super Bowl? I know he can because he did, but it's Aaron Rodgers. So let's Aaron Rodgers didn't win a Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers went on a Super Bowl.
Okay, but it is Aaron Rodgers. If you want to say, like, Aaron Rodgers. All right, cool. You think Mike McCarthy could win a Super Bowl with this team that he helped kind of develop, like he's been there for a couple years now,
another quarterback?
put together with another quarterback.
Yeah.
I think so. You know why?
Yeah.
Because
So if that's the answer, ain't no way you fire Mike McCarthy.
But the problem is, this is a good conversation. You're stuck with Dak. So, like Shady said, you got to change the math. And you can't change the Dak math. So the question then is, can you change the other math?
You don't have to change the math, because you could have Mike McCarthy in the building for years. And Mike McCarthy has shown the ability to win a lot of games during the regular season, put you in a position to win the division, put you in a position to be in the postseason. And he himself, he can say this. Dallas can't. I've been to him won a Super Bowl.
Right.
But Jerry can.
But hold on. I'm actually actually with McCarthy being the coach.
Yeah.
I'm against the quarterback.
But you can't change that.
But I just think this though, man. Like,
talk to me.
If the Cowboys was ever gonna win a Super Bowl, in my opinion, right? I don't know about in my opinion, I thought it'd be this year. They had everything they need.
Yep.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks
At least to
league,
get there.
Yeah.
At least to get there.
Yep.
At least to get to the conference game.
Yep.
The quarterbacks playing in the league. The coach is doing well. Defense is balling out.
Yep.
You got Micah Parsons. You got Micah Parsons. You got
Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. You got all these dudes.
Yeah.
All these all pros. Like
All of them.
And the NFC is kind of down.
Yep.
Our biggest rival, the Eagles, they're not playing good right now.
Yep.
You got the Niners are the only issue.
Correct. And you don't have to see them
And you
until
don't-
the championship game.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the year to do it. And then you don't even win one game. You lose to the Packers. They young.
Yeah.
Next year you might see them again. They're going to be better next year.
Correct.
So my thing is, you got to find a way to move off of Dak. Y'all keep saying it's not likely, but like, I've seen crazy things happen in football.
No.
Come on, no, man.
This
No,
race
tell
is
me.
really
This is a really good conversation, because I hear what you guys are saying, and I disagree
But you
with it.
feeling what we saying, or do you
I
hear it?
feel it, I hear it, all of that, but I disagree with it because I don't know about the never. Because we sitting here talking about Mike McCarthy, who has a Super Bowl championship, and we continue to keep putting Shanahan in there, who ain't won one.
Sure.
Has not won one with all the quarterbacks he had. Sorry, good, whatever, don't matter.
Sure.
He ain't won one.
Sure.
The good one he had that won MVP gave up a 20-something point lead in the Super Bowl. And we keep talking about him. Number two, Josh Allen ain't never been. So like, are we going to say him and McDermott ain't never going to get to a Super Bowl? Lamar ain't never been. Are we going to say they ain't never going to get to it? So when we say never, I'm like, man, it's a lot of good quarterbacks and coaches that ain't been to that Super Bowl neither, and we sitting here saying never.
But that's a
and
good
Dak
point.
Prescott played at an all-pro level with Mike. I don't think it's never.
But see, this is the thing, though, right? And I love that we talking about this now, because I always say, sometimes we get on TV, we just be throwing a Super Bowl word around here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get to. And guess what? The things you just said, that might be true, too. But guess what? That's not the topic, brother. So, the topic is
Talk
the
to him.
Cowboys.
Yep.
Right? So Josh Allen, as great as he is, he might not get there. It's a lot of great players that haven't been to the Super
you
Bowl.
guys saying never.
Hey, look, it's been 30 years.
But even that,
It's been 30 years, bro.
Let me talk to him.
Talk to him.
Like,
Talk to me.
what has Dak plus McCarthy or Dak plus Garrett shown you in 8 years as a starter in the National Football League to lead you to believe he's going to get there? Then disregard Dak and go Dak and McCarthy in 4 years. Because what I would say is, James, 3 years ago when they lost to the Niners in the playoffs at home, it was a Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy bonehead error. You slide with too little time left. You don't have the time to spike the ball. Last year, Dak Prescott versus the 49ers, I think it was in San Francisco. Once again, Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott. You don't figure out how you want to call the game. Dak Prescott throws a couple bad interceptions. This year, Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy gets outplayed by Jordan Love. Yeah. James, I can't objectively and rationally look at the Dallas Cowboys, look at Dak Prescott, look at Mike McCarthy, and say, you know what? Somehow this is going to change Dak when you're 32. Like, you would have to tell me a good reason, which you haven't given me. The last thing I will say is this. Only Matt Ryan and Peyton Manning went to Super Bowls, went to their first Super Bowl with the team that drafted them after their 9th year, if I'm not mistaken. Andy, you and I have talked about this stat previously. So the history ain't working in Dak's favor.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.